Hi, so I am Rebekah Barfield, and since no one posted a vlog in a while, I decided that I would. But I have never actually made a vlog before, and every time I try and tape myself, it becomes awkward because I have no idea what to say. Anyway, so I am actually sitting in my brother's room because he happens to be conveniently gone, so I can use his laptop. Normally, I would never sit in a room by myself, talking to what seems myself. But since my oldest sister is visiting my grandmother, and my brother, whose room this is away doing theater stuff, and my little brothers are upstairs drinking lemonade, and my dad's got his headphones on, and my younger sister's on the other computer, everyone else is busy in their own separate places. So I can talk to myself, or to you guys, as much as I want, without being thought weird. The other day I was Skyping with Katrin Turner, and I hadn't told any of them I was going to be Skyping with anyone, so I'm sitting up in my room with my iPod trying to talk to her, and I was unconsciously talking pretty loudly because when I feel weird Skyping and stuff, I tend to talk loudly. And so my brother just pokes his head in and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm Skyping with someone." He's like, "Who?" And I'm like, "Oh, just someone from Veritas." And then he's like, "Oh, okay," and walks off because they keep hearing about you guys, but they don't actually know any of your names. They don't hear anything incriminating about you guys. I'll just mention occasionally something. But anyway, so yeah. I'm down here in his room with this soundtrack, which my siblings got me for my birthday. Very nice of them. And my lemonade. It has a band on it, and it says, you can't read it I guess, but it says, "That's my drink." So, no one will ever take a sip out of my drink. I very nicely made my brother's lemonade after mowing, but accidentally made just a little extra. So it's kind of interesting coming down into one of your siblings' rooms, because my older brother, is the only one with a room to himself. So he has tons of stuff down here, and he'll just leave stuff out. Like here's his wire binder and his stack of books. What Management Is, The Far Side of the World, Cache, Lake Country, The Lost World, Whatever Happened to Justice, and Crash Proof. That sounds like an interesting book pile. And you have speakers, and arnica, and little post-it thingies, and a book that I kept. Every time I keep getting books, and I'm like, "Hey Marshall, you should read this," and then he won't. And then of course, one of his friends, who happens to be a girl, tells him, he's like, "Hey Marshall, you should totally read this book." And he's like, so he comes to me, he's like, "Where can I find this book?" Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if you'd appreciate the fact that I'm sitting here showing you guys around his room. It's not like I'm showing anything embarrassing. I'm just sitting on his clothes and sitting in his room and using his laptop. Oh yeah. And the iPad. It was my mom's. And then after we were doing stuff with all her belongings, this just somehow ended up in my brother's room. And yeah. But I don't really care. I have my trusty iPod. The screen always gets really blurry. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Oh yeah, look at the cover. This was actually my brother's, and I bought it for him I traded in my little iPod Nano and $20, and he gave me his iTouch. Yeah. Anyway, it looks like something from Tron. But everyone always tells me, they're like, I love your iPod cover. And I'm like, yeah, isn't it nifty? But I want a girly cover. But I can't afford one because I'm broke. Even though I'm not technically broke, but ever since I was like 10, I've had this fear of spending money. Like, I'm a spendthrift. I can't go to the mall and not buy anything. But I freak out every time I buy something, and I get all dejected even though I like the item I bought, because I'm like, I just spent money. Yeah. Alright. I always lose track of where I got to one subject from another. It's confusing. And anyway, so this was a very unuseful blog, or vlog, I guess. But it occupied me for a few minutes, and hopefully it wasn't too boring. But one of you really needs to post a blog, because I think Caitlin and Abigail and who was the other person? Lily each posted one, and then Anne Marie posted one. That was it wasn't a Lovely Ladies vlog, it was her own, but those are the only vlogs we've seen. I think you guys created the YouTube channel like a long time ago. So I'm personally in favor of Sarah Rose making one. So just so you know. Anyway, well, bye.